Being employed is not bad, but it's good to be with a side income. This is the business that I love in my life ever since I started sacrificing time, money for the growth of this business. So this is how you can do it, and I want to talk about how you can start to sell your starter eggs, and you'll be seeing how my eggs look like, however much they are starter eggs. So I'll be sharing everything that I know and how it can help you start your own small side income, and it will help you build a successful business in the long run. First thing you need is to stop saving and start investing right away. Right now, the chicks that they are supplying to us, they're not much good quality birds, so it is good to learn from the small birds that you can invest in than starting big. So guys, these are my eggs. These are the starter eggs. You can see how big they are. You can look at them and see that they are not starter eggs, because starter eggs are very, very small in size. The reason why my eggs are always bigger in size, because these are considered to be medium-sized eggs. Actually, I sold the first eggs at 11,000 a full tray, and I sold them to a wholesaler. Reason being, the eggs are expensive right now, and the eggs that I'm selling are bigger in size. I normally select the biggest eggs from these medium-sized eggs, and I sell a tray at 12,000 to an individual, all to the small shops nearby me. The only secret is feeds. Stop feeding your chicken less nutrients. Ladies and gentlemen, I always increase on the nutrients, the protein, every time I mix up the chicken feeds. Every week I mix up the chicken feeds, especially if they start laying. I have to make sure that if you increase that protein every time you mix up the feeds. The chicken that is just starting, we always start with a bigger egg. Another chicken that will start next week will start laying with a bigger egg, meaning by the time they stop laying, they complete their eggs, the eggs will be always bigger. Another thing, it helps you to increase or to collect more trays every day, because once they start to lay a full tray today, the next day they will lay 2 trays, the next day they will lay 5 trays, the next day, like that. If you just leave them on the normal feed, you find that you collect 3 eggs today, the next day you're collecting 5 eggs, and that the other day you're collecting a full tray. So my emphasis is on, please start small, and make sure that after starting you learn each and every step in poultry. Feeds, how to feed, when to increase on the nutrients, where to buy your feeds. You learn slowly, and I'm telling you that these birds can lay. Local birds lay eggs. I'm raising local birds, but they are laying every day, apart from the birds that left to hatch the chicks. But other local birds are laying eggs every day. It is because of the feeds that they are consuming. So whoever wants to start a side hustle, you want to start a side income, please, your job is a great thing to you, but use that small income to start poultry. I'm encouraging poultry because it's something that you can start at home and leave it alone. It runs itself slowly and without pressurizing you, especially if you start small, it can grow unexpectedly. I transferred these birds to a bigger house because I'm preparing my chicks to enter this cage. Everything, you can do everything step by step. Sacrifice a little that you have. Start. You can buy the old chicks, 100 chicken, and start from there. You can start with these local birds. Let me tell you this. I wondered that when last week I sold 3 trays to one of my neighboring shops, but they bought a full tray at 18,000. Just imagine. White eggs from the local birds. So when you compare them to the layer eggs, I sold a tray of layer eggs at 11,000. You can see the difference. Meaning anyone who can start with the local birds can make money. The bad thing with the local, you have to first look for the market by yourself, but later on people start to look for you. Actually, for me, I have phone calls for the people who buy eggs, local eggs, but in the beginning I was the one to look for them. The same applies to the layers. In the beginning I had to beg for people to buy the eggs, the layer eggs, even the off layers. But right now people are looking for the chicken eggs, everything, manure, because the business has stayed on the farm for some good time. So be patient, please be patient. It will take time, but be consistent. Learn to do things by yourself, because it helps you to earn more than paying someone who can help you, unless when you cannot manage everything by yourself. Maybe you have a job and you're working far from your home. You're far away from your home, you come on weekends. But if you can stay at your home, you're staying at your home every day, it's better to wake up early, work in your chicken, move out of the house, go to work, you get your salary, you come and invest in your business. By the end of the year, you'll thank me later. Right now, the money is in farming. So stop saving, start investing. At the end, you'll be earning. No matter how old you are, don't say that for me I'm too old to work, to do this kind of business. No matter how old you are, you can start farming. Poultry is a good business. Even to a blind person, you can raise chicken at home. If you have a home, you're good to start. I love you all. Let's meet.